Hi, how are you today? My name is Patrick McNamee and I'm the author of the book Strategic Management for Directors. This podcast is meant to show you the overall contents of the book and some thoughts that I had whenever I was writing the book. So the first thing I want to say about the book is that it's divided into 5 sections. And the first section is about director education and strategic management, and it's really concerned with showing how important it is for everyone that our directors of companies really receive the highest level of education to help them in their difficult tasks. The second section is about the philosophy behind the book. What are the sort of guiding principles to which I adhered whenever I was writing the book? Section 3 for most directors will be the most important section. It's called Using Strategic Management, and it's about the nitty-gritty of how you employ strategic management and develop a strategic plan that you can use in your company. The fourth section is really about the sort of skills that directors need to have to be really effective and superior in their work. And the last section is actually not from directors at all. It is from some MBA students' presentations. I worked in the University of Ulster, and these are the presentations that students did for me on a course which isn't too different from the Strategic Business Direction course. And I'm now going to look at each section in greater detail. So starting with the section 1, which is Director Education and Strategic Management, I'm trying to get over 2 things here. And the first one is to tell us what directors today do. What are they paid? How important is it to be a good director? What are the consequences of not being a good director? And the second complementary aspect is strategic management. What is it? And what is it that makes it so distinctive and so different? Section 2 is about the book's philosophy. Now, I think it's very important that there are certain principles that any author should adhere to. And on this book on strategic management, I've got a sort of an overview of the timeless model that will be used in the book. And then 7 principles that I would adhere to whenever I'm considering the discipline of strategic management. Section 3, as I indicated earlier, is the most practical one, and this will tell you how to develop a strategic plan for your company, irrespective of the nature of the business, its location or its scale. I'll not go through all of the items there. There's about, 11 or 12 altogether. The 4th section is the sort of things that an effective director does, and maybe to give you some help in harnessing or developing essential director skills. Skills like the skill of communication, the skill of motivation, the skill of presentation. And the final section is actually taken from my MBA students in the University of Ulster, and these are examples of presentations that students have developed over the last few years, and I thought that directors would like to see what's happening in academia. It's not actually all that different from what's happening in the real world of business. Right, so now it's time to look at the credits, and this is the hardware that I used and the software that I used and the music that I used, and as you can see, it's almost exclusively Apple. Let me now thank you for listening to this podcast, and I hope that you feel sufficiently inspired to listen to some future ones. Thank you very much for listening, and goodbye.